Dashya Jnananjana Shalakaya Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tat Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपति गोपेश गोपकांत राधा कांत नमस्तते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay, so today's topic is arranged marriage and love marriage. Which is better? Nowadays, the trend more that is going on is of love marriages. Most of the girls, because they go out, study in a co-ed school, and after that they study in colleges where there are both girls and boys. So the chances of having love marriages has increased. Previously, if we see in the around 50 to 60 years before, most of the 99% marriages were arranged. Very rarely we used to hear that there were love marriages, because the parents used to marry their daughter at a very early age. So there were no chance. And second is, that is the first thing, that is the first reason that parents used to marry their daughters at an early age. And second is, there were no co-ed education. Education was generally, most of the education was at home. And even if the girls were sent to school, that was not a co-ed school. That was a girls' school, right? So the chances of a girl getting attracted to a boy and vice versa was very less. Before the attraction even arises in the heart of a girl, the parents used to fix the marriage of their daughters. So that's why we rarely hear love marriages in generations of our parents, right? Nowadays, the frequency or the data for arranged marriages is getting very less. More we hear of love marriages. And the parents also feel proud in that. And sometimes I've heard, and even Guru Maharaj writes in that book, Women Masters and Mothers, that some parents are like, they send their daughters and tell their daughters that, okay, now you go yourself to colleges, you go to school, you go out, mix with boys, and you yourself choose your partner. This is also the trend going on. And you yourself, be it not our headache, you choose your own partner. Whomever you like, you choose. So this type of thing is also going on. So in the class, we'll discuss, as our topic is arranged marriage versus this love marriages. Can we find love marriages in the time of Mahabharat or Ramayana or very early, previous ages? Can we find this love marriages? That also we'll discuss in the class. So before deciding which is better, we'll just try to understand what exactly is marriage. As I have many times discussed in the class, that marriage or vivaha, as we call, is one of the samskaras. There are so many samskaras mentioned in the scriptures. Around more than I think 50 samskaras. There are so many samskaras, and these samskaras are meant to purify our consciousness. These are the main aim of samskaras is to purify our consciousness, our existence, which is the whole and soul aim of human form of life. So the main 16 samskaras, among these main 16 samskaras, one samskara is the Vivaha samskar, in which men and women there is sacred union between men and women, and the basis of this union was purely to follow dharma, to do their duties, and to progress on the path back home, back to Godhead. That was the main aim, main purpose of marriage, being one of the samskaras. Samskaras means what we can say, a ritual that is done to purify our consciousness. That is called a samskar. It starts, the samskar starts even before the birth of a child, as we already discussed in one of my class, the Garbhadhana samskar. Yes, right? I have one class on that also, Garbhadhana samskar, which starts even before the child is born. As soon as before the child comes in the womb of the mother, this samskar starts. That is called Garbhadhana samskar. And the last samskar is the Antyeshti samskar, the final funeral rites, which is done by the son or by the other members if the son is not there, right? So these two samskaras, the samskaras start even before the child is born. That is called the Garbhadhana samskara, and the last samskara is the Antyeshti samskara, the final funeral rites. So basically, the purpose of doing these samskaras, as we all know, that the purpose of human form of life is to leave material enjoyment, the tendency to enjoy this material world, and to get out of this material world and to reach our original home. That is the home of the Supreme Lord, right? That is the main purpose of human form of life. So because of, to attain this goal, these samskaras are recommended in the Shastras. And among these samskaras, one of the samskaras is the marriage. That is the Vivaha samskar, where a boy and a girl get together and pledge that they are going to be united throughout their whole life, and they take vows in front of the Agni, that is the fire god, and they take vows, shapat lete hain, vachan lete hain, that in any circumstances, in any difficulties, they are going to be united and they will help each other to progress in the path of self-realization, right? So that is the real definition of marriage. Okay, coming to our two terminologies. Actually, in the Shastras, seven main types of marriages is there, which is there in the Mahabharata. But nowadays, the most prevalent type of marriage are the two, that is the arranged marriage and the love marriage. Hare Krishna. Okay, the arranged marriage and the love marriage. So we'll try to understand the definition of what we call an arranged and what we call a love marriage. What is an arranged marriage? Generally, arranged marriage we define as a marriage which is done on the choices of the family members or elders, those who are there in the family, right? They arrange the marriage. They choose the bridegroom for the bride, or they choose the boy for the girl. That is called an arranged marriage, right? And that is generally based on the family background, the occupation which the boy is doing, the values, the characters, the compatibility, or the astrological matching of the horoscope of both the girls and the boys, right? So that is the basis of arranged marriage. Am I audible clearly? Yes?
Yes,
Okay.
Mataji, perfect voice.
Okay. So in the arranged marriage, it's not that love is not there in arranged marriage and love is only there in the love marriage. It's not like that. In the arranged marriage also love is there, but generally after in the arranged marriage the difference is after marriage they fall in love with each other. After marriage the husband and wife, that is the boy and the girl, they try to know each other, and after marriage the girl start loving her husband and the husband start loving her wife, right? In the arranged marriage. But in the love marriage, the general definition, what is the definition of love marriage? Love marriage means in love marriage the girl and the boy choose each other, right? And generally the basis of love marriage is the major reason or the major base of love marriage is personal beauty or personal attraction, the bodily beauty, the color or the demeanor or the boy is very handsome, the girl is very beautiful, she's very fair, the girl attracts the boy attracts the girl because the boy is very young, handsome, and is very attractive to the girl, right? So that is really the base of love marriage, and it's totally based on the choice of the boy and the girl. There's no advice or guidance from the family members. That is called a love marriage in general definition of love marriage, right? So that is a love marriage and that is an arranged marriage. And in the love marriage, before the marriage only, they start loving each other. Love means in what we can say, not in the pure term. They start loving each other means the boy feels that the girl fully fits in satisfying his senses, and the girl feels that the boy fully fits in his sense gratification, right? So that is the definition of love for the boy and girl in love marriage, right? So this is the general definition of arranged marriage and love marriage. Now our question is, our topic is, which is better, arranged or love? Because one thing goes in our mind that we have seen arranged marriage that also ends with failure. We have seen love marriages that also leads in divorce. So Mataji, what is better? We cannot decide what is better, whether it is arranged or whether it is love. Because both marriages we have seen in front of our eyes that they are ending in divorce, right? You all must have seen marriages, both arranged and love marriages, ending in separation. So which is better? We cannot say which is better. It's like, for example, I'm giving a general analogy to understand it better. For example, marriage is like, try to understand this analogy, this example. Marriage is like building a house, right? Marriage is like building a house. Now, in case of arranged marriage, so in building a house, what is the most important thing? The foundation of the house, right? The foundation of house is the most important thing, because if the foundation is strong, the house is strongly built, and if the foundation is weak, the house may collapse, right? So marriage is like building a house, and love marriage is like we choose the design of the house, right? And arranged marriages, we consult the builder or the family members or the elders in deciding the design of the house. Getting? In love marriages, like we choose the beauty of the design of the house. How the house should look like, we choose ourselves. We don't consult anybody. And it's arranged marriage is like we consult our family members or the architects or the builders of the house in designing the what is called architect or the design of the house. We consult the others for that. That is like arranged marriage. But does it matter whether we consult others for the design of the house or we choose ourselves in designing the house? Whether it matters anything regarding the foundation of the house? Does it matter anything regarding the foundation of the house? Yes? Does it matter? Does it matter? Does it matter if we ask somebody in the designing the house and if we choose ourselves a designing house? Does it matter anything regarding the foundation of the house?
No, Mataji. Does not talk about anything.
It doesn't matter at all. The most important thing in building a house is the foundation of the house. Same in marriage. Whether it be arranged marriage or be it love marriage, the most important thing in marriage is the foundation or the reason behind why you are marrying. What is the basis of your marriage? That is the most important thing. We have seen couples getting married because they were in love with each other before. But still marriage is continuing now also and they are happy. Happy means in a bodily term they are happy. Nobody can be happy in this material world. Right? So whether it be arranged or whether it be love, the most important thing that we have to understand is what is the foundation of your marriage. Is your foundation of marriage is personal sense gratification? That, okay, this boy is so cute, so charming, so handsome, and he's going to gratify all my senses. Because in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that what is the characteristics of happiness in the mode of passion? There is a verse in Bhagavad Gita 18.38. Bhagavad Gita 18.38. There is a verse where Krishna says that when a person is driven by the mode of passion, he will be attracted to the objects of the senses. And most of the people that we see in this material world are driven by passion and ignorance. Very few in the mode of goodness, because that is the nature of this material world. Kamesha, Krodesha, Rajoguna Samudbhava. Kamesha, Krodesha, Rajoguna Samudbhava, Mahashano, Mahapapma, Vidya Evahi Varinam. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Kamesha, Krodesha, Rajoguna Samudbhava. When a living entity comes to this material world, his love for the Lord is transformed into lust by contact with the mode of passion and ignorance of this material world. So Srila Prabhupada gave the example of milk transforming into curd by contact with tamarind. In that purport, Srila Prabhupada gives the example that when the milk comes in contact with tamarind, that is imli, the milk will convert into curd. Similarly, when the living entity or the soul comes in contact with this material world, his love for the Supreme Lord gets transformed into lust by coming in contact with a mode of passion. Because this whole material world is constituted by the three modes of material nature, that is goodness, passion, and ignorance. Right? But very few comes in the mode of goodness. Most of the people in this material world are driven by the mode of passion and ignorance. Right? So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that when a person is driven by the mode of passion, his tendency to enjoy senses increases. That's why Srila Prabhupada often used to say that okay. So Srila Prabhupada often used to say that we should mold our lifestyle in such a way that it helps us to be in the mode of goodness. That's why if you see in Bhagavad Gita, in 17th chapter, 18th chapter, Krishna has told about food in three modes, austerity in three modes, charity in three modes, our faith in three modes, right? If you see the Bhagavad Gita 17th and 18th chapter, you will find that Krishna has given us all the information, all the teachings of how we can judge in which mode we are, right? This is Srila Prabhupada often used to say that living in forest is in the mode of goodness, living in cities is in the mode of passion, and staying in like this brothels and clubs is like mode of ignorance, and being in the temple is in the mode of pure goodness, right? So okay, coming to our point. So my point was, because most of the people in this material world are driven by the mode of passion, so the attraction for the opposite sex is very normal. And that's why we see that most of the marriages, when we talk about love marriages, is because of this external bodily appearances. Nobody sees the values or the characters or the background or nothing. The girls see only two things: your external body, girl or the boy. I'm not only pointing to the girls, both the girl and the boy. Both of them nowadays see only two things: your external appearances and your money that is inside your pocket. These are the two things that attract both the genders, whether it be boy or a girl. Right? So, coming to that point, which is better, arranged marriage or love marriages? So, my point is the foundation should be very strong, be it love, be it arranged. If the foundation of our marriage is commitment, is, you can note down these 6 to 7 points. If the foundation of our marriage is to follow our dharma, be it in any circumstances, that we will discuss from examples from Mahabharata or Ramayana stories. So many stories are there. Ram and Sita. So many stories we can in the Shastras. The main be love. Because there are differences of love marriages. I'm not saying that love marriage was not at all there. There was love marriages. Even Rukmani marrying to Krishna, what was it? It was love marriage. Right? Rukmini getting married to Krishna, what was it? Yes? What was it? When Rukmani heard from the Brahmanas the glories, the divine qualities of Lord Krishna, she got attracted to Lord Krishna. She didn't see Krishna face to face. How to see? There was no WhatsApp, there was no YouTube where Krishna's pastimes are going on, so that we can see on the YouTube type pastimes of Krishna and the Krishna will be seen on the YouTube. No, nothing was there. No cameras, no photos, no selfies, nothing was there. But still, Rukmani used to hear from the Brahmanas about Lord Krishna's divine qualities, his character, his leelas, his pastimes. And because of just Shravanam, just by hearing, that's why Rukmani's example is a perfect example of Shravanam, or how hearing about Lord Krishna attracts us towards the Lord. She is a perfect example actually, because she has never seen Krishna. We often say, na, hey, how can we attracted to the Lord? We have never seen the Lord. It's not compulsory that when we see the Lord, then only we will be attracted. No. Rukmani is a perfect example that even if you have not seen the Lord, just by hearing about the Lord, Rukmani keep on hearing about the Lord from the Brahmanas, from the sages, from the different saintly personalities, and just by hearing about him, about his divine activities, his divine qualities, she got attracted. And she had that desire to have Krishna as her husband. Though Rukmani was the eternal consort of Krishna, so naturally she is attracted, but the Leela that is done, that hearing, by hearing, when Rukmani heard about Krishna, she automatically, spontaneously got attracted to Lord Krishna. And that was a love marriage, right? That was not arranged, because actually Rukmani's brother, Rukmi, wanted to marry Rukmani to Shishupal. But Rukmani wanted to marry Krishna. And she goes against the will of the brother. And she married Krishna. So that is a typical example of actually love marriage. But that marriage was not at all based on personal bodily attraction. She never saw Krishna. She only heard about his qualities. And by hearing about his character, his quality, she got attracted. If this is done in love marriage, no problem at all. Love marriage is also good. Right? So, okay. So my point was, when we talk about the most important thing is marriage, not about arranged or not about love. Is the most important thing is the foundation of marriage. If your foundation of marriage is duty, your foundation is commitment towards your roles, it's sacrifice, it's tolerance, it's selflessness, it's forgiveness, it's respect for the other person, then that marriage, whether it be arranged or love, it's ideal marriage. Getting my point? I hope you are getting my point. समझ आ रहा है? Yes, Krishnagi. My point is to understand that the problem now is not of love or arranged. The problem is the reasons behind your marrying. If your goal of marriage is these things which I have said, if your goal of marriage is to perform your duty in any circumstances, to be with your husband in under any circumstances, Sita was with Ram. Even though Ram was banished to the forest, and the next day he was about to be a prince. The next day he was going to be crowned as a king. But then the day before, that means during that night, he was, because of his mother Kaikeyi, he was banished to the forest. He was asked to go to the forest. And then Sita, it was not at all compulsory for Sita to go with Ram, but still Sita said, no, wherever my husband lives, that is the best place for me. And then Sita accompanied Ram. Right? So that is ideal marriage, that whatever the circumstances be, whatever situation my husband be, maybe he is a king now, maybe he is a beggar tomorrow, but still I be always there with my husband. That is an ideal marriage. Okay. So, okay, coming to another point. Okay, now I have proved that whether be it love marriage or arranged marriage, both marriages are better if the foundation is strong. That's what I said. Still, there are some things which make arranged marriages more stable. Right? Still, comparing the two, arranged marriages are more recommended than love marriages. And arranged marriages are found to be more stable as compared to love marriages because of some reasons that we will discuss. How the stability is coming? See, the major difference between arranged marriage and love marriage is in the arranged marriage, we have the family support, we have the family guidance, we have the family elders, the elderly members' blessings, which we lack in love marriages. And that plays a very important role in marriage because marriage is not a union of two persons. It's not that a boy and a girl get married and it's a bond between both of them. No, it's a family union. It's a union between two families, the boy's family and the girl's family. लड़के का परिवार और लड़की का परिवार, they both used to unite together, and at times of need the girls family members help the girls at times of difficulties. That means when the girl is pregnant or she needs some support, uh, some emotional support, some physical support, some mental support, any support she needs, her family members are there. Yeah, in-laws are also there, but because she is more close to her own parents, the parents are always with her, right? In case of arranged marriages, because both the family members consent is there in arranged marriages. Yes, both of them consent for the marriage. Now that yes, okay, we agree, the boy's parents agree, the girl's parents agree, and they both unite together, and there is marriage. And marriage is like that only. It's not a contract between a boy and a girl. No, it's a union of two families, right? Okay. So, okay, coming to discussing the differences between arranged and love marriages and how arranged marriages counted as more stable and more long lasting as compared to love marriages. We will discuss this point. So before coming to this point, I'm raising one question. Aren't love aren't before girls given choices to choose their husband? Yes, girls were given choices to choose their husband. Swambar was there. Yes, Swambar was there, in which the girls have choices, and whomever she likes, she can put the garland around her neck. Right? It was this, na? So many handsome prince used to stand in front of her, and whomever she likes, she used to put the garland around his neck. This was the system before. We have heard about it. In Mahabharata, we have heard. In Ramayana, we have heard. Janak Maharaj organized the Swambar. In Nal Damayanti case, Damayanti's father organized the Swambar. Then in Draupadi's case, Draupadi's father, Drupad, organized the Swambar. Right? So many cases where there are Swambar. So how you can say that the girl shouldn't choose the husband? Girls are choosing their husband. Right? We can see that the girls have a choice to choose their husband. So why you are saying that love marriages are not more stable and arranged marriages are more stable? See, the point is, if we see the case of Swamvar that were organized by the kings at that time, first point, whoever was invited in that function, in that Swamvar, that invitation was sent by the father of the girl. Invitation was not sent by the girl. The girl was not asked, okay, whom shall we send the invitation? No. The girl, the invitation to come in the Swamvar was totally and solely sent by the father of the girl. And it's not that the girl used to go to each states, and she used to first mix with the prince of that state, and she used to try to test that which prince is best for me. She used to have the live-in relationship with the prince. And then after living for 2, 3, or 5 days, she used to decide, okay, this prince is best for me. Is it like that? Was it like that? पहले जाके राजकुमारी जो जिसकी शादी हो रही थी वो जाती थी अलग अलग जगह और अलग अलग राजकुमारों के साथ रहती थी और देखती थी कि कौन सा राजकुमार मेरे लिए बेस्ट है, और फिर जो राजकुमार उसको अच्छा लगता था वो उसको चुनाव कर लेती थी और स्वयंवर में उसी को चूज करती थी. Was it like that? Yes?
No, Mataji. Completely
It
different.
wasn't like that. The girl was not at all asked. It was totally the decision of the father, the king, that he used to send the invitation to respective states, to respective kingdoms, whom he thinks that is good for my daughter. And that was not everything. After coming to the Swambar, there were tests and challenges. For example, it was very difficult actually. For example, in the marriage of Draupadi, there was one test. Though that person who be able to, what we can say, strike the eye of the fish with that by seeing the shadow of the fish in the water. जो राजकुमार मछली की आंख को भेद देगा with the help of that arrow, by seeing the shadow of the fish in the water, that person will be the husband of my daughter Draupadi. Was it an easy task? Was it an easy task? Yes, Kamla Madari, was it an easy task? Was it an easy task?
No, Mataji.
It was not at all an
No.
easy task.
No.
समझ आ रहा है क्या बोल रही हूँ? How many are not getting what I'm saying? I'm feeling like I'm saying, but only Krishnangi and this Mataji is getting no understanding, and rest all are like, पता नहीं माताजी क्या बोल रहे हैं. Okay. So in the Swambar, my point is that Swambar was also not a whole and sole choice of the girl. The first thing was whomever the king sent the invitation, that prince only will come in the Swambar, and after that a difficult test or challenge will be given to the respective princes, whoever has come, respective prince, whoever has come from different states or kingdoms, and they will have to pass that test, and whoever will qualify in that test will be the husband of the king's daughter. That is a Swambar. Okay? As we see in the case of Draupadi, right? As we saw in the case of Sita and Ram. Why the king keeps such difficult test? Why the king keeps such difficult test? Yes? Why the Swambar was so difficult? Yes.
Because he really loved his daughter.
Because
his daughter was very special.
Yes, okay. Every daughter, you are also very special to your mother. You are also, Keshri is very special to your mother. Everybody's daughter is very special to her mother. Yes, why the king used to keep such difficult test? Yes, see, because, in the case of Sita and Ram, if you see the marriage of Sita and Ram, what was the test? The test was whoever be able to break the bow that was gifted by Lord Shiva will become the husband of my daughter. That was the test, right? Why is it so? Because when Sita was very small, she used to pick up that bow of Lord Shiva and she used to play with that bow. Sita was so strong. I don't know whether this thing came in your mind or not, but have you ever thought Sita, when you hear the pastimes of Sita when she was very young, when she was a small girl, you will be astonished to hear that Sita was so powerful that the bow which nobody was able to lift except Ram, she used to play with that bow, that band. that जो बाण भगवान शिव ने जो बाण दिया था उससे सीता खेला करती थी बचपन में, which nobody is able to lift up during her swamvar. Only Ram was able to lift up. And that Sita, when she was kidnapped by Ravana, she was not able to protect her. Why is it so? And we are hearing that the chastity has so much power. And Sita is not able to protect herself when Ravana came to abduct her. Why is it so? Yes? What was the reason behind this? Sita is so powerful that she used to pick up that bow, which nobody is able to lift up, and she's so chaste. She is the ideal of chastity. She is the idol of chastity, and then Ravana abducted her and she cannot do anything.
But Sita Devi had to finish Lord Ram's Leela.
Yes, yeah, that can be, that is the internal reason. I'm asking for the external reason. Why can't Sita Devi rebel against Ravana when she was so strong? Because, yes, because, anybody wants to say? Understood my question? Understood my question? Do like this. How many of you understood the question? Yes, Krishnani. Others? कितने लोगों को प्रश्न समझ आया?
Understood, Mataji.
Understood. Understood. Yes. Okay. See, the reason behind, I was hearing Prabhupada's lecture. Prabhupada raised this point actually. Prabhupada raised this, told this point and really struck me. Prabhupada said that Sita was so strong and she was the idol of chastity, but still she didn't do anything when Ravana came to abduct her. Why? Because she wanted to post to the whole world the aspects of Stri Dharma. In Stri Dharma, the wife is supposed to be subservient to her husband and the husband is supposed to protect her wife. So to pose the whole world, to set an example to the whole world that husband is supposed to protect the wife. That's why when Hanuman came to Lanka and Hanuman said to Sita that I can take you back, please come with me. Sita said no. Let Ram come and protect me. Because that is real, that is the ideal grahasthashram where wife is chaste and husband protects the wife. Okay, that is the reason that Srila Prabhupada gave. Okay, coming to our point. So arranged marriage, we see arranged marriages, we see Swamvara, but in that Swamvara there was restrictions. There was not the choice of the girl. Yes, girls were given choice, but in a limited scale, in a limited options were there. And that prince was totally chosen by the girl's father. Okay, so that was the reason. Okay, some examples of arranged marriages we can see like Kardam Muni and Devuti. Ideal example of arranged marriage. If you want to see an ideal example of arranged marriage, that's Kardam Muni and Devuti. The same marriage as you see today. Devhuti's father, Swambhuva Manu, came to the ashram of Kardam Muni and requested Kardam Muni, that means the daughter's father came, and this is ideal. This is the most ideal marriage. The daughter's father, ladki ke pita, Shyampriya Manu, came to the ashram of Kardam Muni, that is the boy, and requested to accept the hand of his daughter. That is the ideal marriage. लड़की के पिता लड़के के घर पे आके लड़के से या लड़के के पिता से अपनी बेटी का हाथ एक्सेप्ट करने के लिए रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं. Swayambhuva Manu, who was the king of the whole Brahmand at that time. Can you imagine? He was the king. He was the emperor of the whole Brahmand, the whole universe at that time. And he was pledging, he was requesting, begging in front of Kardam Muni, who was sitting in a small hut, to accept the hand of his daughter. Can you imagine the scene? The emperor of the whole world pledging and begging in front of a sadhu to accept the hands of the daughter. And why is he doing this? Because even though he was an emperor, but because he was standing in front of a sage, a sadhu, an ascetic, a tapasvi sadhu, and a great devotee of the Lord. That's why, and because he was a Brahmana, Kardam Muni was a Brahmana, Shyampriya Manu was a Kshatriya. So Brahmanas, no matter they are poor in front of the Kshatriyas, but they are superior to the Kshatriyas. So Shyampriya Manu requested Kardam Muni to please accept the hand of Devhuti. And why Devhuti choose such a husband? She didn't get any other husband apart from Kardam Muni. Why such poor husband she opted? Can anybody opt such a husband nowadays? इतने बड़े राजा की बेटी, पूरे ब्रह्मांड के राजा की बेटी, किसको हस्बैंड चूज किया? एक साधु, कुछ भी नहीं है उसके पास, स्मॉल हट, लिविंग इन अ स्मॉल हट. Why Devhuti did so? What was the reason behind? Yes? Why Devhuti opted for Kardam Muni and not, weren't there other prince available for Devhuti? Devhuti, in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned that Devhuti was so beautiful that one time when she was playing on the roof of her palace, a Gandharva's plane, but the palace was so tall that the planes used to go above the palace. So one of the Gandharva's plane, one of the planes of the Gandharva was going above the palace. And when the Gandharva saw the beauty of Devhuti, he fell from that plane. Seeing the beauty of Devhuti. Devhuti was so beautiful. And such beautiful princess of Emperor Shyampriya Manu opted for Kardam Muni, who was an ascetic sadhu living in an ashram. Why? Because Devhuti didn't give much importance to the material opulence. She gave more importance to the character, the values, the spiritual power, and the spiritual strength that Kardam Muni had. That's why she opted for Kardam Muni. So that if I marry such a person, I will also have a chance to progress spiritually. Right? Same with this Shiv and Parvati. Parvati was the princess of Daksha. And Shiva, he doesn't have a house even. He lives in Kailash mountain with no house at all. Not even a hut. No hut also. Even Kardam Muni had a hut. Shiva had nothing. Just lives in the Kailash mountain. With nothing he had. But still Parvati opted for Lord Shiva. Why? Because their goal in life is to progress in spiritual life. Material enjoyment or material opulence is secondary for them. They don't give much importance to that aspect. They give more importance to the spiritual aspect. how much a person is spiritually opulent. That's what they saw. Right? So these are very ideal marriages. So even though we saw that Kardamuni and Devuti had a very ideal arranged marriage, Sita and Ram had an arranged marriage, Abhimanyu and Uttara, you must be knowing that story. Uttara, she was the daughter of King Virat, and King Virat wanted to marry her daughter to Arjuna. But because Arjuna was the teacher of Uttara, Arjuna said that no, being a teacher, I cannot marry your daughter. Let your daughter be married to my son Abhimanyu. Okay, so Uttara was married to Abhimanyu, and it was also an arranged marriage. It was a proper arranged marriage. Then Satyavan and Savitri. Savitri was told about the qualities of Satyavan, and Savitri got attracted to Satyavan, and she wanted to marry Satyavan, and she made her mind that she will marry to Satyavan. But then Narad Muni came. This is a very interesting story in Mahabharata. And then Narad Muni came and told Savitri's father, hey, whom you have opted? Satyavan is going to die after 1 year, and your daughter will be a widow after 1 year. But Savitri said that no, because I have made my mind with this person and have given my heart to this person, I will marry only this person. No change of husband, no change of choices now. Only one choice, this Satyavan. That's all. So these are all examples of arranged marriages. Some examples of love marriages, as I told you, Rukmani and Krishna. Ideal examples of love marriage. Then Nal and Damayanti, the story comes in Mahabharata. Damayanti was again attracted by hearing the divine qualities of Nala from persons. She also got attracted to Nala and wanted to marry Nala. And when the Swamvara was organized, despite the demigods also came in that Swamvara. Demigods were also invited. Demigods also came in the disguise of many persons. They also came in the Swamvara of Damayanti. But still Damayanti opted for Nala. And she got married to Nala. So these are some of the examples of love marriages that happened that are there in Mahabharata and Ramayana. Okay. So what exactly, as we said that love marriages are more stable, arranged marriages are more stable and more recommendable as compared to love marriages. What really are the differences? Okay, so we'll discuss point by point. When we think of arranged marriages, as we said that it's the family members or the elders who choose the bridegroom for their daughter, right? So Gurudev writes in Women Masters and Mothers that because when the girls are at a very young age, for example 16, 17, 18 years, at that time it's very likely that they may get attracted to the personal beauty or the bodily beauty of the boy, and they may commit mistakes, right? They may be likely to commit mistakes. That's why it's advisable that when the girls are young, it's better that the family members choose the boy. Because the reason is the family members are experienced people, they are wise people, they have seen the life, and they will not be driven by the external appearances, and they will take the decision based on the family background, based on the caste, based on the character of the boy, and above all, they will match the horoscope of the boy and the girl. So their decisions will not be driven solely on the external appearance of the boy. They will see everything. They will see the overall picture of the boy's family. So that is there in arranged marriages. But in love marriages, it's totally on the basis of girl and boy attraction. And that marriage may not be much stable, because as Srila Prabhupada says that with so much ease, the love marriages happen, and with that so much ease, they break up. जितना इजी से, जितना आसानी से लव मैरिजेस होते हैं, उतनी ही आसानी से वो ब्रेकअप भी हो जाते हैं. समझ रहे हैं? Like Guru Maharaj gave an example that initially when the boy and girl unite, there is an engagement function, right? There is an exchange of engagement ring, and then there is a wedding ring, and after they come in the boxing ring. That is what Guru Maharaj says. The first is the wedding ring, the first is the engagement ring, then is the wedding ring, and the last is the boxing ring. That is the fighting ring. They fight with each other. Okay. So, because the arranged marriages are supported by family members, the elders, so there is a support by them whenever as I said, whenever the need be, when the girl is pregnant and she needs some help, she has some health issues. So the parents are always there to support the girl. And above all, there are blessings of the family members, which plays a very important role. The blessings of the elders, bade buzurgo ka ashirwad. It's very important to be successful. It's very important that we start our day with the blessings from the Lord and the blessings of our elders. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to get blessings from his mother. What to say about us, right? So they have in arranged marriages, we have blessings of the elders. Okay. And in the arranged marriages, just say for example, one example was given by Guru Maharaj in this women book, in Women Masters of Others book, that generally in India, we don't see husband and wife having loving exchanges in public. Do we see this? No, we don't see in India. But in foreign countries, we see that Guru Maharaj is saying that when a husband drops her wife in the public, they used to kiss each other, right? As if they love each other so much. But then after a few months and after a few years, they end in divorce. The show off is more. But in India, the husband and wife don't show their love in public. Even when they are at home, they don't show much love. But love is shown in terms of seva, in terms of service, right? The wife serves her husband and helps her husband, takes care of the husband, and in times of difficulties, assist her husband. And that is the love that the wife is showing to her husband. The love is shown like this. Getting? But in love marriages, too much love is shown. They embrace each other and they kiss each other and they do and this and that and this and that. But all that end in destruction or separation or divorce. Because initially that which was your main thing of attraction has now gone. That the bodily beauty, which was the main purpose of attraction between the girl and the boy, between the bride and the bridegroom, has gone now. After 2 years or after 3 years or after 5 years. Because nobody is going to be young the whole life, right? Nobody is going to be always a cute, handsome person the whole life. Someday their hairs are going to be white, wrinkles are going to be on the face. Then what will happen? That attraction will go away. And then if the marriage is on the strong foundation, still the husband and wife will stay together. On what basis? That it's my duty to serve my husband. The husband will think it's my duty to protect my wife. It's my duty to take care of the family financially. to help my family members to progress spiritually, even though the attraction has gone. Because the basis of the marriage was not sense gratification. The basis was to follow the dharma despite whatever situation comes. Getting? So that's why, but this we can more see in arranged marriages. When the boy and a girl doesn't know each other, and when the marriage has been arranged, after marriage, after few years, when it's obvious, we can ask any woman, any wife, and that is a common scenario seen among families, among householder families, that after this attraction after marriage is only for maybe 5 years, maximum 5 years, and after that the responsibility comes of children. And then okay, husband is there, but the children responsibility is too much in front of the husband. That's why we forget, then we don't wait for the husband to come as previously we were doing. Because now we have a different, another responsibility has come up, that is of children, and our love has been divided among the husband, between husband and the children. Earlier it was totally focused on the husband. Even if the husband goes out for 5 minutes, in the early days of our marriage, maybe 1 year or 6 months, we used to wait for our husband when he will come back. But then after 2 or 3 years, nobody waits, because we are so busy in our household duties, right? So actually children also plays a very important role in keeping the husband and wife united and to have a long marriage life. Long means till the end. Children also plays a very important role, and that's why many spouses, many grahasthas I have heard that they don't want children because children are a burden for them, and that's why their marriages end in divorce. Okay, so in arranged marriages, another thing that I pointed out is love is seen in service and respect, not externally. You cannot see love in external displays or external activities, embracing or kissing or like that, but still love will be there, right? Okay, that is the second thing. Third is, in arranged marriages, the most predominant aspect of marriage is dharma. Wife knows that my duty, even though whatever the nature of the husband, she accepts her husband as he is. She accepts the situation, whatever has come, as Krishna's mercy or as his own result of the karma, and she goes on with the life. But she doesn't think of separation. She tries to adjust with the situation, no matter what it be, and tries to go on with the life. Right? So that is the main aspect, main focus in arranged marriages. The predominant thing in arranged marriages is dharma, to follow the respective dharma, no matter what the situation be. Okay. Another aspect in arranged marriages is responsibility. The spouses think that it's my responsibility to take care of the family. It's my commitment that I have given to take care of my husband, to take care of my children, and take care of my in-laws, right? But this we cannot see in love marriages. Love marriages eventually, because there is no love, because the basis of love is selflessness. Love exists only there where there is selfless exchanges, which we hardly find now, right? So actually there was no love before also, and after a few years, because the love was totally based on external appearances, it will fade away. Okay, so that's why arranged marriages are considered to be more stable than love marriages, because the basic aspect or basic foundation of arranged marriages are totally to follow the dharma, to follow the principles, or to follow the reason, actual reason why we have married. Okay, so this is the thing. Whatever marriages be, whether be arranged or whether be love. But if our foundation of marriage is dharma, commitment, responsibility, sacrifice, tolerance, selflessness, then that marriage will be successful. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. If anybody has any questions, comments, you can ask. Anybody has questions? किसी का कोई प्रश्न है? किसी का भी कोई प्रश्न नहीं है. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. If nobody has questions, no questions, then we will leave. We will meet on Tuesday for another session. Okay, thank you so much. Vancha kalpatarvesha kripa sindhu bhaiyo cha patidhanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Anant koti vaishnava bhaktivinoda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, Ashim Mataji, Ashim Sethi.
Mataji, sorry, Radha Gokulanand Dasi this side.
Yes, Mataji.
Sorry. Mataji, obviously, जैसे devotee families या जो practicing devotees हैं, वो चाहेंगे कि भाई devotees में बच्चों का विवाह हो.
Yes.
तो हमारी matrimony services जो हैं, not just BBKS matrimony, but other devotional matrimony, उनका क्या success है in the real world? Not in terms of successful marriages, but how successful they are in practical terms.
Really, matrimony which is run by ISKCON, that's what you are saying?
Yes, Mataji, ISKCON. So how
Yes,
successful they are in finding an appropriate match?
Whatever I have heard Mataji regarding that, because I know two types of matrimony running, because one matrimonial is run by Gujarat devotees, and one is from one Mataji is from Mayapur. She is also running. So I've seen that they really help devotees to get good. They really help devotees. They are really helping. Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Yes, Mataji.
So when I discussed with these Matajis who are running this matrimonial, I have heard from them that they are really helping, and I know one girl also. She gave her name in that Gujarat matrimonial, and then her parents were very adamant to marry her with a Jan boy, and they got one boy from that matrimonial only, and he was also Jan, and he was also searching for a devotee girl. So this is how they got linked up and they got married. So it's really helping, because we don't know which boy is good, and after, even if the name of the boy is there in the matrimonial list, but still they will check who is the counselor of the boy, and they will talk to the counselor and talk to the parents and like that. And it's really helping. I think it's really helping devotees to get a good match for their girl, or a good girl for the boy, because it's matrimonial is covering the whole area. For example, Gujarat matrimonial, so it's covering the whole Gujarat. So like south is in south matrimonial, so it's covering the whole south. So like that, because we don't know so many devotees, but in matrimony, if you give the name, then definitely you can have the option and you can search after that. If you know come to know the name of the boy, it's not that the marriage is fixed. You will still search. You will see what type of boy is this, what kind of devotee is he. You will ask the person. You will ask the persons who know the boy. Like that, you will inquire, get to know. So you will have options by this. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
It's helpful, I think, Madhavi. Because there is no harm in that, na? You can give the name, and if you like, you can opt, and if you don't like, you just don't see the boy or don't bother to inquire, something like that. But you can give the name if you want.
Mataji, is there any article mentioned anywhere by any of our god sisters which mentions the process of going for, I mean, obviously you said, searching astrology. So like exactly a blog post out of a thing where you can find,
For what?
okay, astrology first, or then putting into the matrimonial first, or...
See, first and foremost thing is to get a boy. First, you will get the name of the boy, and then after thinking that, okay, this boy really suits, the first requirement that you need to know is whether this boy suits your caste or suits something like that. Because in the matrimonial, if you have seen, I don't know whether you have seen or not, but in the matrimonial, if you open the page of that boy, you will get to know how many rounds he's chanting, who is his counselor, since how many years he's practicing. So first you will see the external thing, whatever the data of that boy, the general information you will get to know. And then if you think that, okay, yeah, it's a really impressive, then the second thing is you get to know you inquire about the birth and date and the place of birth of that boy, and you will just match with the girl. And then if it's really matching, and the third thing is you first inquire. You go or call the respective person, the counselor, and where the boy belongs to, which place. You can call and ask the devotees who lives there. That is the third thing. And then fourth thing is, then you can think of seeing the boy personally.
Just the parents first.
Just the parents first.
Mm-hmm.
Parents and you personally, not the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Girl doesn't come in the picture, Madhuri.
She doesn't come in the picture. Yeah.
She doesn't come in the picture at all. Still now, she doesn't come in the picture. Only you, the parents, come in the picture. Only the parents come in the picture. The boy you can definitely see, but the girl you will not show.
Mataji, in setting up the preferences as this is what we are looking for, should we consider girls' preference there? Or should we absolutely not? Because girls can be immature. They can,
I don't think girls. You should know, because when the parents themselves are mature, there's no need to ask from the girls. Yeah, girls you can ask after then you have made your mind. Then you can, definitely you can ask girls, because they might have their own choices. Some choices they might have. But if you can hear from the girls, that's what Prabhupada says, na? That you can hear their choices, but then you can accept their opinion only when you feel like it's relevant. It's really to be thought about. Getting? मतलब आप सुन सकते हैं उनकी एडवाइस, उनको सुन सकते हैं, but then you will really think about that whatever she has said, when you think that it's really to be thought about, it's really relevant point, then only you can hear her, but not irrelevant points, because she can be immature. Because she can be immature, na?
We can hear her, but only if she's making sense. Our experience should still.
Our experience, even in the boys' case also. I have my two boys, but then whenever I think that, but I always think that I will not ask my boys first. I will first see. I will first see, me and my husband first inquire, and two, three things we will just introspect that this is right, this is okay. And then last, I will ask my boy that, okay, this is the girl. Because first thing is the parents, they should look for the girl or the boy, and then after much inquiry, then only they should ask the boy.
Thank you, Mataji. This was helpful.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. I hope people, the Mataji is able to understand this class, and I want to actually give some English classes as well. This is my desire because I've seen in my classes in the comments, some few Matajis are writing that if this class be in English, then we would also have been able to understand. So it's not that I want to. I'm very keen to giving English classes, but I want to preach to also those Matajis, those who can't understand Hindi. So that is my desire. That's why I'm giving such English classes as well. So please forgive
Mataji,
me if
today's class was very informative, Mataji. And your command on English and Hindi both is very good. Thank you.
it's not like that. Just trying to actually in Gurukula we speak English only because that is an English international school. Gurukula is an international school, so Hindi is not much allowed. Only English is allowed with children. So
Okay,
we
very
speak that. So, but in classes, in generally Mataji's class, I don't prefer English because they are not able to understand it. But now I feel like some classes should be in English as well. That's why I'm giving this. Okay, thank you so much for attending the class. We'll have another class on Tuesday. Ancha kalpatra vaishya kripa sindhu vayu chavatana bhavane pyo vaishnavibhe namo namo anant koti vaishnav bhakti ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.